Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 527 based on novel. So let's start. The Endless Flame Alliance was completely established. In just half a day, many forces in the Great Thousand World knew of its existence, and there were some signs of eagerness to join it, but there was no movement from superpowers such as the Great Thousand Palace and the Human World Center. In addition, the headquarters of the Endless Flame Alliance is still dominated by the Endless Fire Territory, and the noise of the day slowly dissipates. As night fell, the headquarters of Endless Fire Territory, Xiao Yan's mansion, was in a quiet courtyard. The poisonous soul has already been destroyed in body and spirit, and it has consumed all of its vitality to come to the Endless Fire Territory for help in order to break through the seal of the demon world. Now, the forces of the entire Endless Flame Alliance are now rapidly gathering a huge force, and they will launch a rescue to the demon world tomorrow. The night was sultry, and at this time, a thin figure sat cross-legged in the pavilion. If many of our ancestors of the Xiao family are sleeping in the underworld area, then what does the underworld Xion, such as the King of the Underworld and even the King of Darkness, have anything to do with the Xiao family? Through the recent scenes, some things have slowly surfaced, and there should be strong people intervening in the center of the fairy world and the ghost world. Even the entire Dakian world, there are many forces involved in that encirclement and suppression. Before the powerhouses who were in the dark did not show up, many ancestors in the underworld would not wake up. Or would they need some kind of summoning power? Xiao Yang sat cross-legged on the pavilion alone, and with the help of the night, while drinking wine, a complex worry emerged. He clearly knew the resting place of the ancestors of the Xiao family, but he was unable to save it first. Because rushing to the underworld, I am afraid that the few survivors will be completely lost. Moreover, based on intuition, the Xiao clan is the first race that is as powerful as the Great Thousand Worlds, and it is impossible to completely eradicate it by relying only on the powerhouses in the center of the human world. There must be other powerhouses intervening. Many powerhouses in the ghost world and even in the center of the fairy world have fallen, and even if they intervene, they can no longer be held accountable. Now, only after saving Chang'e, Yaoji, and other strong men and unraveling this mysterious veil little by little, can there be a chance to step into the underworld and completely solve the mystery of the family. A trip to the underworld, at least one needs to have at least one 8th level powerhouse beside him, otherwise it will just be self-destruction. After all, the underworld region is mysterious and unknown, and even those secretly dormant Xions in the Great Thousand World. Many concerns poured into his heart, causing Xiao Yang to have a headache for a while, and he smiled bitterly. "Brother Xiao Yang, why are you here alone so late?" Not long after, on the quiet path of the mansion, a butterfly bathed in golden flames gushed out, and the graceful figure left bursts of fragrance in the air, and the charming curves and sweet and light voice filled the air. "It's okay, just walk around." Xiao Yang shrugged slightly and smiled at Chen Ying in front of him. The figures of several women are all graceful and unparalleled, and for the reincarnation-level powerhouses like them, whether it is vitality or appearance, they are almost the same as those of young women, and they are endearing. The matter of the alliance is ready, waiting for the arrival of your seniors tomorrow to start. Brother Xiao Yang has done a good job, so you don't need to put too much pressure on yourself. In the end, it turned out to be a different flavor. Zun Erlian stepped forward, and 2 small dimples appeared on her pretty face. As soon as she came to Xiao Yang's side, she stretched out her slender hand and placed it on Xiao Yang's chest. Yang's heart warmed. "You girl." Xiao Yang was slightly stunned by this, and then raised his finger and scratched slightly on Zuna Cheong's nose. Such a loving gesture is rare. And now she looks like she has returned to the Dochi continent again, the scene where this girl comforts her. After a short while, Xiao Yang smiled faintly, the worries and anxiety in his heart dissipated in an instant. He turned his head to look at Zuna, who was in Anshin's arms, his mouth curled slightly, as if he was saying some words of comfort to him. Xiao Yang didn't hear what he said. Instead, he looked at the delicate figure in his arms with some obsession. He lightly held the latter's flawless face with his palms. After a while, a hot halo emerged, and a delicate antler slowly emerged. Into Kaoru's beautiful eyes. "What is this?" Zuna stretched out her eyes slightly, left Xiao Yang's chest with some enjoyment and nostalgia, and then looked at the purple deer antler lying quietly on Xiao Yang's palm. From above, Zuna smelled a sacred air. Even if it was a short distance away, a peace of mind was born from the heart. The 2 antlers left in Wulu Zilingyan came from the hands of Yaoji's majesty, claiming to be able to isolate all poisons, and it is also an indispensable thing for this trip to the demon world. Xiao Yang gently put it on Zuna's jade neck, and immediately shook his head dotingly. On this trip to the demon world, Kaylin and Zuna had a tough attitude and had to go. It's just that Kaylin has the inheritance of the 10-color swallowing python, and the poisonous fog of the devil has no effect on it. But although Zuna also has the reincarnation mark of the 9 profound Fire Lord, she has no effect on the power of the poisonous fog of the devil. Defensive power. One is for you, and the other is for Senior Feng Wana. When talking about Feng Wana, Xiao Yang shook his head slightly, as if he felt a little indebted. Brother Xiao Yang, have something on your mind? Zuna smiled sweetly, holding Xiao Yang's broad palm with her palm. Her keen eyes sensed some other fluctuations. Senior Feng Wana is the commander-in-chief of our Xiao clan guardians, but first some of the guardians were killed by the Xiao clan chief Xiao Yuntian, and then the Saint Lei tribe behind the Thunder Master was wiped out by Xiao Tianming. These 2 things are strange, but they can't prove the truth. Xiao Yang laughed dryly, and when talking about this, his fists clenched tightly unconsciously. Who is it that slandered and blamed the Xiao family? And every time I think about this, it's like a sharp acupuncture piercing my heart, and it's extremely painful. Lord Lei, Feng Wana, and even Su Shuiying's sad expressions when they told this matter constantly touched Xiao Yang's heartstrings, which lingered for a long time. Zuna has been secretly investigating this matter, although the progress is very slow, but Zuna has found some clues. It is said that there is a strange treasure among the 10 major weapons in the demon world. It should have something to do with its bully. Zuna flashed smart eyes, and then explained with great certainty. The demon world creates a demon mirror. Hearing these words, Xiao Yang's eyes were slightly startled, as if he had guessed some clues. These things will be secretly carried out by the powerhouses of the Endless Flame Alliance, and perhaps there will be progress when we return from the demon realm. Keiru's soft voice sounded again. Hopefully. Senior Feng has secretly contacted the former allies of the Xiao family. This matter is also within the scope of his investigation. I am afraid that there will be some large-scale rescue operations in the near future. Don't worry, I believe Brother Xiao Yang, and next time, Zuna and Sister Kaylin can help. Zuna smiled slightly, and her charming style was on display. The reincarnation mark at the center of her eyebrows and even the artifact bracelet became more and more flickering and beautiful. The next day, the sun had just scattered, and several elite divisions had already emerged on the endless altar. Many high-level officials gathered together, waiting for Xiao Yang to issue orders. Among them, there are many strong people who came yesterday, such as the Lord of Soul Eater. In order to prevent this trip from being a huge and eye-catching sight, we will keep our respective coalition forces in the void. Once the instructions are clear, we can directly step into the demon world for reinforcements. According to the news we got, the 5 realms of the demon world are in crisis at the same time. The leader, order it. The Soul Eater was the first to speak. Looking at Xiao Yang's serious expression in the field, he couldn't help but say, "Today's Xiao Yang, regardless of his strength or temperament, is enough to provoke this role and become a real commander. Seniors, listen to my orders. The situation in the demon world is in critical condition, and there are 5 huge areas in need of rescue. The Ghost Realm, headed by the Senior Master of the Soul Eater, entered the Blood Moon Realm of the Demon Realm for reinforcements, striving to kill all the evil tribes outside the realm, and then converge in the Demon Realm." Xiao Yang nodded lightly towards the Soul Eater Lord. Du Chifei, who was beside the Soul Eater, looked puzzled at this moment. Xiao Yang seemed to be trying to separate her. Forge Chifei, lead the remaining powerhouses in the Ghost World to guard the Ghost World and prevent the evil tribes from secretly attacking the town. Xiao Yang turned his head and said directly, completely eliminating his inner worries. You. Hearing Xiao Yang's arrangement, Du Chifei's beautiful eyes were full of anger. Her current strength is almost on par with the Soul Eater Lord. The evil race from outside the realm is about to attack the demon realm, So Xiao Yang actually let him stay in the demon realm? Moreover, the ghost world has been hit so hard by the evil tribes outside the territory, and their ghost world powerhouses are full of anger, and they have long wanted to be ashamed before the snow. Girl, you carry the reincarnation seal. Although the Thunder Lord has awakened ahead of time, the reincarnation has not yet been completely successful. If you make any mistakes during this period, both you and the Thunder Lord will be implicated. The Lord of Soul Eater spoke softly. He more or less understood some of Du Qifei's temperament, and could only explain the powerful relationship among them. Okay. At this moment, Duo Qifei could only bite her silver teeth lightly. Although she was quite dissatisfied with this arrangement, she nodded and calmed down. Myriad Demon's Domain, the senior lady of Yarokai in the Heavenly Realm, will lead a part of the army to the Heavenly Realm. Netherworld, led by the Demon World Haisha Longlang and the Nine-Tailed Clan Elder Qing Luan. As for the Poison God Palace, Kaylin and Zuna will lead our Endless Fire Domain army to go together. When mentioning Poison God Palace, Zun Cai Lin and even Yun Yun, the three girls were also shocked. They knew about the existence of the Little Doctor Immortal, but Xiao Yang's actions now seemed to be deliberately avoiding the Poison God Palace. The last Demon God Realm, the Demon God Palace, will be headed by me and the strong fire elves. There are two evil gods sitting there. After the seniors have settled their respective realms, come to the Demon God Palace to gather. After we left, Yun Yun and the high-level officials of the Endless Fire territory are in control of this place, and all orders are based on self-preservation and prevent the evil races from outside the territory from scheming. Xiao Yang arranged all these huge coalition forces, and his actions to be prepared for danger in times of peace made many strong people look at him with admiration. Xiao Yang is not only powerful, but also has the appearance of an emperor even when it comes to dispatching troops. Okay. Everyone nodded in unison. Except for Du Qifei and Yueru, the strong men with the seal of reincarnation, there was a strong sense of hatred in the eyes of the other strong men. Whether it is Our Lady of Yarokai in the Heavenly Realm, the Soul Eater in the Ghost Realm, or even the Fire Elves, they have all been severely persecuted by the evil clan outside the realm. This rescue will probably lead to extremely violent battle fluctuations. Set off. The mighty voice fell, and suddenly the fire of war slowly emerged. For a time, many forces of the Endless Flame Alliance poured into the Void Channel and rushed towards the void of the Demon World. This time, it is not only the rescue of the Demon World, but also the best time to show up for the first time in the Great Thousand World at the beginning of the establishment of the Endless Flame Alliance. This is the first time to confront the foreign evil clan head-on, and it is also a kind of disarming power for the foreign evil clan. Far away, the latitude of the sky. The Endless Fire territory has now absorbed the power of the Demon World, the Heavenly World and the Ghost World to form the Endless Flame Alliance, and the strength of its forces even vaguely surpasses that of Dark Yanggong. Would you like to send a strong man to suppress it and take advantage of the fact that this force has just emerged, without giving them any chance to breathe? In a quiet secret room, beside a man in a black robe, there were some strange voices constantly emerging. Humph. It's nothing but the Ant Alliance that doesn't have the 8th tier rank. It can't get into my eyes, and the role of the Endless Flame Alliance can help us to limit the extraterritorial evil clan to a small extent. The most urgent task at the moment is to determine the specific location of the leader outside the territory. Once it is determined, we can attack it by surprise. Once the leader of the extraterritorial region falls, the extraterritorial evil clan will naturally be self-defeating. The figure opened his mouth softly, looked at the slightly twisted shadow behind his body, and said with a smile. His words were filled with an incomparably arrogant grandeur, as if he had never put the so-called Endless Flame Alliance in his eyes. However, the strength of the leader of the outside world may have reached a more terrifying level. The shadow behind him seemed to have spirituality and power, but at this moment, he was a little worried like a human being. Don't worry, I was lucky enough to lose to her by half a stroke last time. This time, even if there are no guys from the Xiao clan, I can still defeat her. Our human world center has long been different from what it used to be, not to mention that I now control the holy flame, the divine weapon. The man spoke softly, and seemed to be looking forward to what happened next. In addition, The four guardians around the head of the extraterritorial area, FA, seem to have some signs of being ready to move. The shadow is full of evil, surging again. Keep an eye on them, absolutely can't let them ruin our good things. Also inform Darkiangong to rectify the forces, and then we should bring in those forces hidden in the dark. After all, those guys were all involved in the siege of the Xiao family at the beginning. Now that Xiao Yang appears, I am afraid they have already sat down. No longer. There is one more important thing. Keep an eye on the Kingdom of Angels. The new Queen of Angels has begun to retreat and comprehend the inheritance of angels. Now that the Second World War begins, the Kingdom of Angels will undoubtedly become a strategic force, no matter what they ask for. All kinds of resources to satisfy them. Waiting for Slaughter Angel and others to stabilize the situation in the Kingdom of Angels, and after the Queen of Angels leaves the customs, let the Lord bathe in the holy praise of angels, and my strength will be infinitely close to the real ***** rank. At that time, even if the immortals of the Xiao clan show up, it will be difficult to restore the established situation. The man spoke softly. Diunz, the way to enter the fighting god, this master has already found a flaw in these endless years. As long as you swallow your sauce, then this master will become the supreme in this world. Crazy sneering sounds appeared, and strange and mysterious powers flew by constantly, setting off the majesty of the entire space. 5 teams of men and horses quietly poured into the demon realm, bringing with them the terrifying power behind them. Even if they were to face the many powerhouses among the evil races outside the realm, it was enough to fight. And just when everyone quietly left the headquarters of Endless Fire Territory, on a continent not far from Endless Fire Territory, the monstrous stench of magic light continued to pour out, and a figure who looked gloomy narrowed his eyes, looking at in the lofty area of the Endless Fire Territory. There was a gloomy smile on the mouth. These guys are finally taking action. Master. The many powerhouses of the Endless Flame Alliance have already dispatched nearly 70% of their strength to the demon realm. The remaining guard powerhouses, although they have a channel connection with each other, can quickly support each other, but it takes a lot of time to move back and forth. Behind this figure, a gloomy servant appeared. You can do it. This time, with the attraction of the 5th evil god, our 4th evil army will definitely be able to completely kill the Endless Fire Territory. After a while, seeing that the evil in front of him didn't do anything, the servant said earnestly again, "Don't be in a hurry. First send 4 half-evil gods to lead some of the powerhouses to attack the Ghost Realm, the Demon Realm, the Heaven Realm and the Fire Elves. When they are busy, I will personally launch a general attack on the Endless Flame Alliance. But then, I have made up my mind. Yes, Lord Heretic God. Xiao Yang, you are still too young. The Second World War has already begun. You can't protect them with the help of a few 6th-level players in the Endless Flame Alliance. And in the abyss under the headquarters of Endless Fire Territory, there is a world-destroying demon. He and your Xiao clan have a lot of grievances. If you can get his power, it will be a matter of course to advance to the 8th level." The voice suddenly fell, and the blood on the entire continent became more and more intense. Demon region. In today's demon world, countless empty spaces are filled with scarlet blood and countless strange demonic energy, both righteous and evil. Obviously, countless battles, big and small, have erupted in the empty space here, and the entire demonic world has become lax. One of the 5 core realms of the demon realm, the 10,000 demon realm. The void here is almost a liquid solidification state, and the layers of thick and deep ***** aura are like some kind of demonic energy, and even more like the aura of an alien race. Nowadays, countless strong people are suppressed, and they are cold in this coquettish blood-colored crystal. The whole world was filled with a morbid state, and after a while, the void surged, and a pair of mighty men and horses appeared here. Our Lady, the 10,000 demon realm has arrived. According to the information, there should be a half-evil ***** who has reached the 5th level of reincarnation here, and it seems that there are also powerhouses in the center of the demon world. Among the crowd, some of the latter who had just been promoted to the center of the heavenly world were constantly beside the Lady of Yarokai, explaining their current situation. Proceed with caution. Our top priority is to obliterate the half-evil god. Our Lady of Yarokai looked up and looked around the void. Even with her strength, she felt an inexplicable heart palpitation. There are so many blood-colored crystals, and the ones that inhabit and seal are all the creatures of this demon domain. The Lord of 10,000 demons and the army are still a little weak, in the demon palace. Go. After doing some induction again, it seems that something has been discovered, and the army moves with great momentum. Domain Lord. Could it be that we can only fall like this? I'm not reconciled. In the magic hall, the dark magic light is like a death ray, and if it is wrapped by it, it will completely turn into pus and blood within a quarter of an hour. In the hall of the Devil's Hall, large and small ghosts were entrenched at this time. It was no surprise that these guys were the real high-level people in the 10,000 Devils domain. However, even the strength of its domain master is only half a step of the five-fold reincarnation level, and in the hands of the half-evil ***** named Arnuen in front of him, it is impossible to resist. Let them go. At this time, the Lord of 10,000 Demons looked solemn, forcibly straightened his body, and looked at him with hatred on his face. This disaster came too suddenly, and even with the participation of the World Master in the center of the demon world, their situation seemed to be very dangerous. It's not impossible to let them go. What about the whereabouts of the demon? Dark abyss evil gods evil eyes surging slightly, and then staring at them greedily. Magic. Buddha's brother? Isn't that guy wiped out by Xiao Yan, the elder of the Xiao clan, a long time ago? Hearing the words of the evil god of Arnuen, the demon lord Wn was puzzled. Obviously he didn't know the specific situation either. If that's the case, then die. Looking at the fearful and horrified powerhouses in front of them, the evil god of darkness slowly poured out countless evil powers from his eyes, licked his tongue slightly, and roared. Stop. At the same time, the celestial army of Our Lady of Yarokai and others arrived as promise. Go ahead and kill him. Boom. The two men and horses fought together completely, but it was only a matter of time before the army led by Our Lady of Yarokai wanted to defeat the latter. The 5 core areas of the demon world, the Blood Moon region. The poignant and bleak blood-colored demon moon hangs above the sky, and the entire world and space of the Blood Moon region seems to have fallen into some kind of sleep, and all energy and time seem to stop flowing. The half-evil god, the wonderful sound, is known to control the eternal magic sound that entices people. Your Highness, no. In the Blood Moon territory, there is clearly not any trace of the evil spirits from outside the territory, but now there are scenes of heart-rending fighting sounds. Among them, the high-level leaders headed by the Lord of the Blood Moon have red eyes without any rational existence. They are like puppet beasts at the mercy of others. Just relying on the power of a half-evil god, he possesses the terrifying evil energy that confuses and controls most of the Blood Moon region. The strength of this half-evil ***** can't help suffocating. My lord, the situation here seems a little strange. The number of semi-evil god-level powerhouses is also. Many of the subordinates around the Lord of Soul Eater looked at such a cannibalistic situation, and couldn't help but feel a little sad. During the First World War, the strength of the extraterritorial evil clan was on par with that of the Great Thousand Worlds, similar to the king-ranked powerhouses, and there are countless such demigods. The reason why you don't know is because your strength has not yet reached the level and you don't understand it. Similar to the half-evil god's rank, the number may only be more than what we know so far. At this moment, the Lord of Soul Eater is like a kind teacher, constantly explaining some unknown secrets about the evil races outside the territory to the commanders and generals behind him. Giggle, are there any guests? The demon Blood Moon began to roll, and among them was a woman with a graceful curve, walking out slowly. The pinnacle of the 5th layer reincarnation, the power of the soul of the immortal ascension boundary. Boom. As soon as the voice fell, the soul-eating power of the Lord of Soul Eater emerged, and he suddenly attacked with him. As for the huge army behind him, it instantly suppressed the figures under his control. For a time, the entire Blood Moon territory was also full of war. The netherworld of the 5 core zones. In the dark and dead world, sticky magic lights drifted freely, and there were countless birds and beasts lingering here. However, these monsters have no masters, they are like walking corpses, as if they are vigilant against the strange aura, and they are patrolling and guarding the border by the powerful people of the evil race outside the territory. Has someone finally come? In the Netherworld, in a magnificent palace at the top of the secluded mountain range, countless ferocious beasts were quietly dormant behind an extraterrestrial evil powerhouse. Black mist surged around him, and a pair of scarlet demon eyes poked out. Looking at the space fluctuations that suddenly rippling in this space, there were actually some powerhouses around the reincarnation order, and he couldn't help smiling. The evil power of the evil powerhouse is monstrous, and the strength has reached the peak of the fivefold reincarnation order, half-evil god, devilish blood demon. Most of the Netherworld is a type of demon beasts who have gone crazy, but they are somewhat similar to our demon world. He Xiaolonglang and Qing Luan looked at each other, looking at the huge number of ferocious beasts entrenched in the void in front of them, and the war intent in the eyes of the army of monsters behind them became more and more solemn. It's actually a person from the demon world. Not long after, the half-evil **** in the Netherworld's lips and teeth surging, looking at the group of powerhouses from the demon world in front of them, they slowly stretched out their tongues and licked, and a very wild breath was as violent as a volcanic eruption. Boom! He Xiaolonglang and Qing Luan have each obtained a tyrannical weapon. In addition to the increase in their own strength, their combat effectiveness has almost reached an impressive level. But even so, in the Netherworld, a thrilling battle broke out. The 5 core areas, the Poison God Realm Palace. Is this the Poison God Palace? Kaelin and Zunna were graceful figures, wandering in the void with the army, watching the rolling hills below interweave into a triangle, and couldn't help but make a sound. With the perception of the 2 women, in the Poison God Palace below, endless green poisonous mist emerged, and there was some kind of incomparably ferocious evil force vaguely there. Moreover, the entire Poison God Palace area was protected and wrapped by this kind of fog, so it was not in danger. The army will return to the defense and set up camp here. Once any extraterritorial evil forces are found, they will be strangled as soon as possible. Without our order, you must never step into the mountains of the Poison God Palace. Let's go to the inside of the Poison God Palace to check the situation first. Kaelin's icy voice contained some concern. The green poisonous mist that appeared in the Poison God Palace seemed to originate from the power of the poison gods in the past dynasties of the Poison God Palace. The strength is still very difficult to deal with. Of course, it's just a stab. After all, Kaelin is wearing a colorful swallowing python, and all the poisonous mist has no effect on her, and Zunna is also the antler who is sheltered by the poisonous mist. As soon as the words fell, the bodies of the 2 women surged, and they flew directly towards the inside of the Poison God Palace. It's such a quiet place, and the air here seems to be a little clean, there's no trace of evil at all. Little Dr. Immortal? The speed of the 2 women was extremely fast, and the way was unobstructed, and they easily came to the core of the Poison God Palace, but when they pushed open the door of the temple and saw the scenery inside, there was a hint of consternation in their beautiful eyes, looking at the person in front of them. The enchanting figure couldn't help but speak out at the same time. Today's little medical fairy, her whole body has shrunk together and is entrenched in the sky. Under her delicate body is a complex and strange-looking ancient cauldron. Spread within it, that strong poisonous mist, there is no lack of the power fluctuations of the poison gods of the past dynasties, and it has a terrifying aura that makes people palpitate. 2 women. Just when the 2 stepped into the Poison God's hall of the Poison God Palace, the void of the entire hall suddenly became distorted, and an uncoordinated and fierce demonic sound suddenly sounded from the Poison God's hall. Go. Crash. The magic sound appeared, and the next moment, the hands of this evil powerhouse quickly changed their handprints, and a giant skeleton emerged. At the moment when it emerged, the huge mouth opened slightly, and a jet-black beam of nearly 100 feet burst out, blasting directly at the bodies of the 2 women. Wherever the pitch-black beam passed, the void of the Hall of Poison God was torn apart. Not only was it filled with extremely terrifying destructive power, it also contained a disturbing smell of venom. The terrifying attack continued to magnify in the beautiful eyes of the 2 women, and immediately the 2 raised their wrists at the same time and pointed a finger in the air. The jet-black beam fell easily, and finally exploded in front of the 2 women. The power of the two attributes made any peak 5-layer reincarnation rank a little uneasy. 2 halos of golden color and 10 colored colors flickered out, unexpectedly stirring up the void of the entire Poison God Hall in an instant. As soon as the 2-color light appeared, it swallowed and purifies the dark beam, and the entire hall was shaken and distorted, but there was no sign of collapse. Even the little medical immortal entrenched on the Poison God Cauldron has not been affected by any fluctuations from the 3 attacks, and is still in a strange state like a deep sleep. "Sister Kaylin, let me come." Zunna's cold voice emerged, and a giant golden palm was born. 9 sacred golden crows were dormant around the palm, and there were dense golden fire patterns on it. Unable to say, Zunna waved her palm, her eyes flickered with cold light. The attack instantly appeared around the evil powerhouse's body, and she slapped it viciously with a palm. The golden crow is hideous, and the holy flame is so brilliant that it instantly suppresses it and can't move. That stern oppression of death has moved the powerful foreigner who is responsible for encroaching on the Poison God realm. The strength of the 2 women in front of them is too terrifying, definitely not something I can handle. The master of the holy flame, the people of the endless fire domain, is really interesting. Magic realm, Wonderland. The evil powerhouse suffered such a terrifying blow, and the whole body became slack. The evil powerhouse also knew that he was powerless to return to the sky. With a roar, a pitch-black light wave rippled like a ripple. For a time, the void in front of Zunna and Kaylin began to distort, as if they were pulled into a special place by this guy before he died. Although there would be no danger, if you want to break through, you still need to fey time. As for the little medical fairy, she stayed quietly in the hall of the Poison God. When the demon world was in a catastrophe, she rashly invoked the Poison God Cauldron to protect the Poison God Cauldron from danger. The poisonous mist was released, and there was a vague sense of acceptance and inheritance. Now, she seems to have realized the power of some deadly poison that is unparalleled in the world. Little Dr. Immortal's deep sleep is slowly undergoing some kind of transformation. It will take a lot of time for her to wake up. In addition, following the fall of the powerful man who was in charge of attacking the Poison God realm, there was a humming and shaking in the entire space of the Poison God realm. There were countless blood-red ghosts, which quickly assembled, suddenly and endlessly. The Fire Domain army attacked together, and the attack was tragic, and the poisonous mist was a big challenge. Of course, the elite divisions of the Endless Fire Territory headquarters had specialized training from Mu Ingying and Cai Lin, and victory in this battle was only a matter of time. At this point, the 4th of the 5 major regions of the Devil World has slowly resolved the crisis, but the 2 evil gods and the evil army brought by the 5th evil ***** have not been seen, which is very strange. One of the 5 major regions is also the core place today, the Dark World. In the Dark World, the Demon God Palace is the strongest force within it. The Demon God Palace inhabits the Tianmo Mountains. The terrain in the Tianmo Mountains is low-lying and steep, and it is even more dangerous and easy to defend and difficult to attack. Legend has it that there is a mountain of strange corpses in the Devil's Palace. The mountain contains the strongest devil sword of the Devil World. No one has been able to shake it since ancient times, and no one has been able to extract it. However, there are many rumors about the Devil Sword. In the Dark World at this time, in the dim void, the cracks in the void are uneven, and the creeks are completely composed of scarlet blood, which is particularly conspicuous and eye-catching. Bones are everywhere, and there are countless corpses. Desolate sadness pervaded the void, and no one seemed to know how many demonic creatures had fallen here, and what kind of tragic battle broke out. Okay, so tragic. Xiao Yan and the powerhouses of the Fire Elves had just stepped into the Dark World, and the pungent and **** aura that rushed to their faces made the elders, Princess Chen Qin, and others frown. The Dark World is undoubtedly the most persecuted place in the entire demon world. Numerous powerhouses are waiting, even if there is no aura in the dim void in front of them, they can clearly feel that this world is already full of countless terrifying auras. Taking the demon world's central world lord, Demon Venerable incarnates into the new 6th evil god, and adding the 5th evil lord Demon Lord, once this level of battle breaks out, I am afraid it will reach an extremely terrifying level. It will be gone in no time. Someone is coming. Xiao Yi and the Great Elder looked at each other, and then looked at the tumbling void in front of them. The voice just fell, the void surged, layers of pitch-black devil clouds rolled out, and a vast breath swept out, as if there was an incomparably evil air mass gushing out. The guard of the evil god, similar to the powerhouse of the half-evil god, with the fifth reincarnation order. The tumbling of the magic cloud actually caused the bodies of many strong people of the Fire Elf clan to tremble slightly, the temperature between the heavens and the earth plummeted, and a gloomy and cold breath rushed toward them. I've heard for a long time that Lord Xiao Yu is very powerful. When I saw it today, it really lives up to its reputation. The two evil gods have invited Xiao Yuzhu to see them. I wonder if the adults can admire them. Above the sky, a single half-evil ***** emerged out of thin air, glanced silently at the army of fire elves, and a faint smile hung on his mouth. With the current strength of the fire elf family to cooperate with Xiao Yang, it is not a problem to obliterate them. But what is their intention for such a move? Second brother, you can't go. The power of the two evil gods, combined with the power of many strong men in the center of the demon world, the situation is too dangerous. Xiao Yi directly shook her head, trying to refuse the invitation of the half-evil god. Even Xiao Yang's current strength at the peak of the sixth-layer reincarnation rank may not be able to deal with such a large number of evil powerhouses at the same time. And now that Xiao Yang is a dignitary, if any accident happens, the ending will be too tragic. Alliance. Seeing this, the Great Elder of the Fire Elf clan's face sank. Lead the way. Xiao Yang thought for a while, then shook his head softly. A ray of soul power passed on to Xiao Yi and the others, obviously explaining some obscure matters. After all, in the army of the Fire Elves, in addition to the Great Elder, Princess Qian Qin, there is also a Supreme Elder and several elders hiding among them. The background is also under the premise that Xiao Yang will agree to the other party. With Xiao Yang's huge perception, he naturally found that the countless realms of the dark world have already been ruled by foreign evil clans. Since the two evil gods are invited, it is better to come and find out. After all, although the strength of the fifth and sixth two evil gods is terrifying, the current Xiao Yang is not unable to resist. Lord Xiao Yu is really a cheerful person. Please. The half-evil god's palm rolled, and an evil channel was torn out of thin air, before reaching out to Xiao Yang. Boom. With a sound, the two of them did not enter at the same time, and poured into the demon palace. Elder, what should we do now? At this moment, Princess Qian Qin and other confidants couldn't help but speak out. Go ahead, first completely encircle and suppress some of the evil forces outside the demon palace, and wait for Xiao Yu's instructions to act. Kill. The aura of flames in the sky is like a volcanic lava completely vented in this space. Immediately after the Tianmo Mountains went out, extremely violent battle traces broke out. The witch, or the magic sword. Several lean figures hidden in the crowd made a slight noise, and then became quiet. It is strange to say that the countless evil armies outside the Tianmo Mountains did not have any strong half-evil gods, and they were surrounded and wiped out by everyone in a quarter of an hour. But when they wanted to step into the mountains where the demon palace inhabited, they were inexplicably powerful. The force of the catapults ejected, as if some evil force was preventing them from advancing. In the huge mountain range, there are several magnificent palaces, but those palaces seem to be sheltered by some kind of power different from the foreign evil race. At this time, there is a valley below the mountain range. The two evil gods, Xiao Yang is here. With a faint sentence, Xiao Yang's figure suddenly appeared here. The fifth evil god demon lord. The sixth evil god demon venerable. Xiao Yang stood quietly at the mouth of the valley, without the slightest fear in his eyes, staring directly at the two dark air masses in front of him. From there, Xiao Yang smelled a thick wave of evil. The strength of these two people, to say the least, is also at the level of the seventh reincarnation. What are the intentions of the two of you who summoned me here? After pondering for a moment, Xiao Yang said straight to the point. He knew that the two in front of him were definitely not good friends, so he did not hesitate. Calling Lord Xiao Yu, naturally there are important things to discuss. There was a gloomy smile in the two groups of black air, which made people feel slightly uneasy. Xiao Yang did not respond, and many forces in his body slowly surged to prevent the two from suddenly attacking. That's called sincerity. Seeing Xiao Yang's puzzled face, a pair of clear eyes emerged from the pitch-black air mass of the fifth evil divine demon lord, glanced at Xiao Yang lightly, and waved lightly in the air mass. In an instant, the void in the valley suddenly became distorted, and a blurry scene slowly became clear. Above the screen is a dark area shimmering with monstrous blood, where the void is sheltered by 9 rays of light, and its appearance is even the same as that of the demon god palace temple inhabiting the Tianmo mountain. Looking from far to near, a lot of pitch-black voices suddenly appeared in the temple, and there were many powerful people in the demon palace, with a black line on the center of their eyebrows. The black lines are like poisonous snakes, constantly swallowing their life force, vaguely connecting their lives completely together. It seems that their life and death are just a thought between the two evil gods in front of them. Xiao Yang's eyes narrowed slightly, and even when he was looking at the picture of the Dark Temple, he saw a familiar figure. This video will end here.